No, it's not. I'm enjoying every minute of it. Yeah, probably a little busier, but it's busy in a different way. Like we travel a lot more, which is kind of nice. And like I get to go down and see my son more often down in North Carolina and stuff like that. And I got 2 grandbabies now, so that's a lot of fun. Fire department still keeping me busy, although it's got a lot easier here in the last few months. A lot less meetings for a while.
Fire North Carolina.
He's right where East Carolina University is. It's Greensboro, North Carolina. Okay. That's where he's going to be getting married next year, Charleston. I heard it's a beautiful, beautiful venue. So. Who were your cousins? No, I did not coach at the high school level. No. No, yes, I coached. Well, I coached Brian and Nate. Colin.
Brian was just a year older. Oh, you know what?
Is that what it was?
They did some more high, so they were done first year.
Yeah, okay. I remember that now that you say that.
Teresa Sweet in East Carolina.
Yeah. Yeah, now that you say that, it's all. Yeah, I cried. I remember I cried. You know, you finally, oh, good, I'm getting these kids. Oh, shit.
They moved to Colorado for a while, then they came back.
Yeah.
I find it interesting that way to get someone
Well, we could if you want.
See, because you're so short.
Yeah, if you want another 2 weeks to review it, that's fine. Okay. What else you got in?
I think that's what we do. Just mention it.
Yourself?
Yep. Meeting, everybody, please rise. Pledge of allegiance. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
First thing we need to do tonight is excuse Councilwoman Bernardo.
And do we have Jim on the phone?
Jim is on the phone.
Okay.
Any motion, please?
I'll make that motion. Second.
We have a motion on the floor properly second to excuse Councilwoman Bernardo tonight. Any questions on the motion? We'll vote on the motion.
Reesinger,
Yes.
Dietz,
Yes.
Akaba,
Yes.
Walsh.
Yes. Approval of the minutes, City Council meeting minutes, June 6, 2023. Council's wishes.
Motion to approve. Second.
Okay, motion on the floor properly second to approve the City Council meeting minutes, June 26, 2023. Any questions on the motion? We'll vote on the motion.
Reesinger,
Yes.
Dietz,
Yes.
Akaba,
Yes.
Walsh.
Yes. And the work session meeting minutes from July 6, 2023.
I'll make that motion. I'll second that motion.
Motion on the floor properly second to approve the minutes for the work session on
on July 6th. Any questions? We'll vote on the motion.
Reesinger.
Yes.
Dietz.
Yes.
Achenbach.
Yes.
Walsh.
Yes. Registry of invoices as presented.
Motion to approve? Second.
Motion on the floor properly second to approve the registry of invoices as presented. Any questions on the motion? We'll vote on the motion.
Reesinger.
Yes.
Dietz.
Yes.
Achenbach.
Yes.
Walsh.
Yes. Public comments. Yes, Debbie.
Debbie Meckling, DuBois. Would it be possible on future agenda items that at the council meetings, when we're reviewing the payments on the bills by council, if you could do a line-by-line listing with who the check is to and the amount, so we can have a clearer understanding of where the tax dollars are being spent? My next point is, after reading about the proposed projects in the DuBois City Park, new fields for ball, basketball court updates, pickleball, etc., in light of current investigations which are not completed in regards to our former city manager, at this time, new projects should not be considered and take a wait-and-see approach to spending money. Questions remain as to what we will need to do to move forward. Will more legal fees be paid out of city accounts for the defense of our former city manager? Are we paying for two positions as city manager at this time? Is a tax increase on the horizon as a result of this situation? Our taxpayers already are dealing with making ends meet with the staggering increase in prices across the board in their daily lives. Please consider taking a breath and see where the investigations lead us in the days ahead. I would also like to commend council for the concerts in the park that are held every Thursday. It's a nice event to draw people in. I would also wonder if there is a possibility of having some food, ice cream trucks, nonprofit groups, something like that to help enhance the experience. Punxsutawney does this, and it's a real positive, it's a positive for their community. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else? Yes, sir.
Elliot, Gelfand, DuBois. For the audit, to hire Sharkey, Pitcherell, and Keen, is that the same firm that we have used in the past?
Yes, sir.
Was that put out to bid and they were the only bidder, or
Yes.
was that in line with the cost that it has been in previous years?
I'm sorry?
Is that the cost that they bid, is that in line with what it has been in previous years, or is that increased for this year?
I think it was a slight
It
increase.
was a slight increase, it was 32 to 34,000 last year, I can't remember the exact number, but yeah, in line with what it's been.
All right, thanks.
Anybody else? Okay, move on. Number 6, authorization to hire Sharkey, Petrillo, and Keen for the 2022 audit in the amount of $36,550. Council's wishes.
Make that motion.
Second that motion?
Okay, motion on the floor properly second to authorize to hire Sharkey, Petrillo, and Keen for the 2022 audit at $36,550. Any questions on the motion? We'll vote on the motion.
Reesinger.
Yes.
Dietz.
Yes.
Achenbach.
Yes.
Walsh.
Yes. Application for water department.
Yeah, just wanted to reiterate that we have a job opening in the water distribution department. We're accepting applications until July 14th, that's this Friday. That will be to replace the retired Mike Borelli position there, so we're not adding, we're restaffing.
Very good. Number 8, financial update.
Yeah, I have an update for you on the forensic audit. All of the information has been turned over to the auditors as of June 30th. They're gonna review all that information and they'll get back to us for phase 2 when they come visit us and go through our files and do the interviews. So that one is moving well and on time, on schedule there. We have successfully implemented a new purchasing order program here to better keep track of spending. It goes through a 3 approval process now. I just want to make everybody aware of the new processes we put in for expenses, tracking expenses. I wanted to give you an update on our total operating cash. We get these updates monthly. This came up recently because of the budget we put out there, showed we had a $26,000 surplus. Our total operating cash as of June 30th in the general fund is $425,466. Water fund, $123,726. Sewer fund, $34,250. Liquid fuels, $696,515. CDBG was down to 25. The program will be restarted here shortly. Penvest, $11,084. Sewer escrow, $12,254. Fire insurance, $1,249. Health insurance, $112,824. And the sewer tap fees, $56,750. So our total operating cash is $1,474,146. We also have designated and capital funds amounts in the amount of $3,042,743. So we are well prepared to pay our bills, operate the general fund, the water fund, the sewer fund, all our projects, and we still have reserve for our capital projects in the future. I just wanted to let everybody know we're still in very good financial situation here at the City of DuBois.
Okay, thank you.
That's it.
Okay, number 9, the Comcast cable franchise agreement.
Yeah, this was a agreement that was proposed to us back in November 2021. They have reached back out to us, the law firm Cohen Law Group, and asked us to review that and reconsider to see if we'd like to move forward with that. I don't know if anybody has any questions, comments at this time. I know just brought it back up for the first time in a while here.
Yeah, hey, Chris, this is Jim. On that, did we turn that contract over to Tony for her review, our solicitor?
We can sure do that, yes, sir.
Because I see it's, 46 pages long.
It is it's a lengthy agreement, yep. You wanna make that motion?
Sure do. I'll make the motion that we turn the Comcast cable franchise agreement over to our solicitor for her review and recommendation.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion on the floor, properly second, to turn the Comcast cable franchise agreement over to our city solicitor for review. And what time frame we want to look at? Jim, do you want to put that in your motion?
Is there a time frame on it? How soon are they looking to get this back?
You're going.
A year ago?
A year ago.
Okay.
Can I just say one thing to council? I don't have any problem with the city agreeing to accept 5% of gross revenues. My concern, because I suspect I'm going to find in this agreement that the cable franchise agreement with Comcast expects to be the sole provider. And that may not be something council wants to agree to, since I'm sure there are people who have DirecTV, they have Dish TV. That's really what I'm looking for. It's not going to take me that long to be able to go through this contract.
Like next meeting?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we have a motion on the floor, properly second, to turn this over to Ms. Cherry, and she will have a report for us for the, our next meeting, which is on July 24th. Any questions on the motion? We'll vote on the motion.
Reesinger.
Yes.
Dietz.
Yes.
Achenbach.
Yes.
Walsh.
Yes. Number 10, resolution number 2023-0368, Beaver Drive multi-model grant authorized signatures.
Yep, we need a resolution enacted to authorize us to sign that application, and this is an application to pave Beaver Drive from DeVuson Street to Schaefer Road. This would be the first phase, and grants are due, I think, by the end of this month. Applications, I'm sorry, grant applications.
Council's wishes.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Okay, motion on the floor properly second to approve resolution 2023-0368 for the Beaver Drive multi-model grant and the authorized signatures. Any questions on the motion? Who will be the authorized signatures?
You and me.
Okay. Any other questions on the motion? We'll vote on the motion.
Reesinger.
Yes.
Dietz.
Yes.
Achenbaugh.
Yes.
Walsh.
Yes. Number 11, request first public hearing on Monday, July 24th at 5:45 concerning the 2023 CDBG needs in the city of DuBois. Council's wishes. Or, I'm sorry, Joe, you want to talk about that?
Yeah, it's just the first public hearing that we, is mandatory to have, that will be anybody that has a project that would be a suggestion for us to put in for, come to that meeting, and we will, we'll take any suggestions, and then we filter them out, which are allowable, what are not allowable, this sort of thing, and then we, at our second meeting, we declare what we're actually gonna put in for.
Very good.
Is there any way you can find out what is acceptable before?
Yeah, if you wanna reach out to me, absolutely.
Okay, council's wishes.
I'll make that motion.
Second that motion?
Okay, motion on the floor properly second to hold our first public meeting at 5:45 on July 24th for the CDBG funding. Any questions on the motion? We'll vote on the motion.
Reesinger.
Yes.
Dietz.
Yes.
Achenbaugh.
Yes.
Walsh.
Yes. Number 12, Planning Commission recommendations. First one is Paul Cavalier, 908 West Weber, modification of front yard setback. Ms. Cherry?
I'm looking past to Mr. Do you want to present it? You want me to do it?
Go ahead, you're there, you got it in front of you, I didn't grab mine.
Oh, okay. Mayor, members of council, ladies and gentlemen, the Planning Commission reviewed a modification request for a front yard setback from Mr. Paul Cavalier. The property is at 908 West Weber Avenue. The modification requests a few feet added to a front porch area so that he can have a front porch. Even with that modification, which is minimal, the building, the structure, even with the front porch, is still not as far out as the neighboring properties. So it's not a modification that would represent a change in the neighborhood or would in any way be deleterious to the health and welfare. Planning Commission unanimously recommended that council grant the modification. Actually, we thought it was a great project and it would really make the home much better, much more usable, and brighten up the neighborhood.
Council's wishes on the Paul Cavalier modification.
I'll make that motion.
Second that
Okay,
motion?
motion on the floor, properly second, to approve the Planning Commission's recommendation for the Paul Cavalier property at 908 West Weber. Modification of the front yard setback. Any questions on the motion? We'll vote on the motion.
Reesinger.
Yes.
Dietz.
Yes.
Achenbaugh.
Yes.
Walsh.
Yes. Planning Commission's recommendation for the Langren Orchard, 522 Liberty Boulevard for conditional use.
The Langer and Bartroff request was not so successful. This property is at 525 Liberty Boulevard. It is the structure known as the Manor Motel. It is located in an industrial zone. It is a non-conditional, it's a non-conforming use. It existed prior to our zoning ordinance, making that an industrial use. There is a possible sale, but only on the condition that the new buyers would be able to have student housing, and they would be able to obviously repair what is currently existing, and their request would be that the extent of their repairs to allow a multi-use of both motel and some long-term rentals, such as student rentals, would be $20,000. Planning Commission denied that request at this time. We did not have the owner coming forward, nor did we have an agreement where the owner could confer standing on Langdon Bartroff for them to proceed with the project if something like this would be granted. There were a lot of questions as to whether or not in that area a conditional use would be allowed, because there was no indication of how many units, what they would be doing, and how they would be modifying it to accommodate this new conditional use. So it was denied for further information.
So we don't even have to vote on that.
You do not.
Can I make,
Although you can, you can accept Planning Commission's recommendation, and then the zoning hearing officer will send back to them council's position if they want to come again.
I'd like to make a comment. Personally, I'd rather see that building as student housing and short-term or long-term housing. I think it would improve who stays at the property. Chief, how many times you been there?
Oh, we go there quite often.
Yeah, so having students and, maybe some nurses from the hospital or doctors and things like that fill those, it's gonna be a much better use for that than what it is now, I think.
I don't think planning disagreed with you. I
Okay.
think planning had some concerns that
About
they
how?
thought they were gonna accomplish this for $20,000.
There was a lot of incomplete information and we had questions.
You can't do flooring for that.
Yeah, they didn't come to the meeting to help explain their application, so,
So it would still be open if they come back with a reasonable
yes.
plan and stuff like that, we would reconsider it, okay.
So council's wishes on the Planning Commission's recommendation for this property.
I'd like to make a motion that we accept that at this time, but leave it open for them to come back with a better plan.
I'll second that motion.
Okay, motion on the floor, properly second, to notify them that it has been denied at this time, but it's open for, if they want to reapply with the correct information, we welcome it and would hopefully have a good plan until we can do it. Any questions on the motion? We'll vote on the motion.
Reesinger.
Yes.
Dietz.
Yes.
Akaba.
Yes.
Walsh.
Yes. Number 13, request authorization to advertise for the fall paving projects, for bids for the fall paving project. Chris?
Yep, I think we went over this on Thursday. This is our second paving project this season. We ran through PennDOT with this, and PennDOT gave us the approval. This would be for East DuBois Avenue, Hillcrest Drive, Bush Court, Rainbow Drive, Green Ridge Drive, and Sylvan Drive to be paved by October 31st.
Council's wishes.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion on the floor, motion and properly second to approve the request for the authorization to advertise for bids for the fall paving project. Any question on the motion? We'll vote on the motion.
Reesinger.
Yes.
Dietz.
Yes.
Akaba.
Yes.
Walsh.
Yes. Number 14, bicycles on the walkway.
Yeah, it's a reminder for bicycle safety on the walkway that pedestrians do have the right of way. We did have some calls here at the city building. I don't know if you want to speak to anything, Chief. I know you were going to pick up presence there at the busy times. Anything to say about the walkway?
No, other than, again, like you said, the pedestrians do have the right of way, and we have officers out there keeping an eye. You know, it seems to be early mornings and evenings when there's a lot of foot traffic out there, but also, I think that you give them all the
They do
state
have that, yep.
regulations on even the e-bikes downtown, and we just need to be conscientious of pedestrians and allow them to have the right of way on the, whether it's downtown, on a side street, or the walkway or the park. It seems to be something we're forgetting as, well, not we, but.
Are there any signs on the walkway stating that
Yes.
for the bicycles?
As you enter,
Okay.
Yes.
same signs are at the park, they're at the entrance to the.
You can tell I don't walk.
Yeah, as for now, that's what we're trying to do is get the word out. If it's something that continues, obviously, then we'll whatever we can, by law.
We'll have to make some modifications, yeah.
Okay. Number 15, the police department taser program.
Yeah, this is the TASER program. Spoke briefly again on Thursday about this. Our tasers are due to be replaced this year. We've looked into a purchasing program over a 5-year time period. I think Sean has talked with Sandy Township about it. I believe their program is up next year. We would both be upgrading to the TASER 10. First payment for ours would be in 2024, $39,974 that we could budget for, and the remaining years it's $28,224, and they will get us through the remainder of 2023 with the tasers we need replaced now. So I would recommend if I could get approval to go through with that. We'll send it over to Sean and the supervisors because it goes through 28 to get their approval as well. Anything to add to that, Chief?
No, just that we are in desperate need of tasers. We have them breaking down quite a bit. We're almost, Corporal Robertson, I think we're at the point where we're having to sign them in and out instead of each officer having their own. It's by the end of the year, I think it'd be, we're gonna be lucky to stretch it to the end of the year, so Corporal Robertson, if you have anything to add, I mean, he's our taser guy, so I'll let him speak.
Our technology's old. It's time to, really update. We're skipping a whole generation, going with the newest TASER 10, so it should be pretty long service life.
Is there a grant program for tasers?
That I'm unaware of.
Not that we're aware of. I know we checked in, the TASER 10s are so new and all that, again, they are the top of line, state of the art, but we looked a little bit into.
We did the research, and this is part of the cooperative purchasing program that the state has. So this should be the best deal we can find out there.
And they're buying our old ones. They're buying all of them, even the ones that don't work.
How much is one taser?
Just the unit itself, TASER 10, I'm not sure. It's around $2,000 at least. Then you have to buy the battery. And then you buy the cartridges. You need training cartridges, you need duty cartridges. So, I mean, it's an expensive endeavor.
They're expensive, but they're necessary. Yes, there you go.
Council's wishes.
Make a motion to approve Police Department TASER program to acquire TASER 10s.
Second.
Okay, motion on the floor, properly second. To move forward with the police department taser program, purchase the new TASER 10s. Any questions on the motion? Vote on the motion.
Reesinger.
Yes.
Dietz.
Yes.
Achenbaugh.
Yes.
Walsh.
Yes. Chief, anything else?
No, I think that's what we're doing.
Mr. Commissioner?
Those are.
Zach?
We're good, sir.
Good. Councilman?
Yeah, I want to say that we're probably going to be getting 15 trees. We have 7 people on Maple Avenue they're 7 are earmarked for them. So if there's anybody else on Maple Avenue that wants a tree in their yard, contact the city and leave your name and I'll get back to you. If we don't get enough from Maple Avenue, I think we're going to open it up to Main Street because we were going to do that next anyways. So if there's anybody on Main Street that would like a tree put back in their yard, like I said, notify the city. It's what, 371?
2000.
2000.
Anything else?
Nothing.
Anything else?
No, no.
Mr.
Nothing
Dietz?
tonight.
Jim, anything?
No, thank you, Mayor.
Ms. Jerry?
I have nothing tonight, Your Honor.
Mr. Suki?
Yeah, I'll try and answer some questions going backwards. We did put out that advertisement for auditing services. Nobody else wants to. We'll continue to do it every year, but we didn't get any other respondents. Appreciate you liking the park concerts. We're putting together the plans for the ball fields. We'll put together funding strategies. We'll discuss it before we move forward. We may have ways to do this with purely grant monies and not have to expend general fund monies. So we'll have different options for everybody to look at there. You are not paying 2 managers. I believe I have, I don't have a contract, but I believe I'm getting around $8,000 for the entire year to assist with the interim manager. Council is no longer paying attorney fees. And the list of checks. We have a list of registry of checks that we give council. It is 17 pages of every bill we pay. So I need to find out a logistical way. I don't know that it's, what am I looking for?
Feasible?
Feasible to read each one of the invoices, because they're all the way down to $2.69. So we'll figure out a way to make those more accessible to you. Yes?
Is that gonna be the policy in the future, is no more legal fees being paid by taxpayer money?
As far as for this particular incident, I believe that's correct. Correct me if I'm wrong.
That is correct.
I think it's something the employee got called in.
Pat's clarifying that if one of us gets called to testify, we would pay those invoices.
Yes,
correct?
some of those legal fees were not just for Mr. Simplesio, they were for other people, some employees, some fire department people like the treasurer and things like that, that the city felt, which I would have agreed with, that they kind of got innocently caught into something and that the city should have taken care of those legal fees.
I think that would have gone over a little bit smoother with the public if they had been given a breakdown of that.
I agree.
Yep, we will do that. If that situation arises, we will do that.
Thank you.
Okay. I have nothing? Oh, I'm sorry.
Could you put, what Deb asked for, could you put that on the internet and not have to print it?
The list of invoices, I'll look into that.
Even if it's anything over $500 or anything over, you know, yes.
Yep. I will-
Instead of the $2 to $6, and it set a limit and say anything over $500.
Yep, I'll find a policy that works.
Thank you.
I don't have anything, so I'll ask council for a motion to adjourn.
Make that motion?
Second?
Motion on the floor, properly second, to adjourn tonight's meeting. Any questions? We'll vote on it.
Reesinger.
Yes.
Dees.
Yes.
Akabon.
Yes.
Walsh.